Mtakatifu, mtakatifu, Bwana Mungu
wa majeshi.
Mbingu na dunia zimejaa utukufu wako.
Hosana,
Hosana juu mbinguni.
Hosana,
Hosana juu mbinguni.
Hosana,
Hosana juu mbinguni.
Hosana,
Hosana juu mbinguni.
Mbarikiwa
anayekuja kwa jina lake Bwana Mungu.
Mbarikiwa
Anayekuja kwa jina lake Bwana Mungu.
Hosana,
Hosana juu mbinguni.
Hosana,
Hosana juu mbinguni.
Hosana,
Hosana juu mbinguni.
Hosana,
Hosana juu mbinguni. E Bwana, kweli umtakatifu na kila kiumbe kilichoumbwa nawe kinakusifu kwa haki. Maana kwa njia ya mwanao Bwana wetu Yesu Kristo na kwa uwezo tendaji wa Roho Mtakatifu unavitia uzima vitu vyote na kuvitakatifuza, wala uachi kwa kusanya watu kwako, ili toka mawio ya jua hata machweo yake dhabihu safi itolewe kwa jina lako. Basi e Bwana, tuna vipaji hivi ambavyo tunakutolea ili uvitakaze, upende kuvitakatifuza kwa Roho huyo huyo, ili viwe mwili na damu ya mwanao Bwana wetu Yesu Kristo, aliyetuamuru tuadhimishe mafumbo haya. Maana yeye mwenyewe usiku ule alipotolewa, alitoa mkate na akikushukuru aliubariki, akaumega na akawapa wafuasi wake akisema, twaeni mle nyote, huu ndio mwili wangu utakaotolewa kwa ajili yenu. Vivyo hivyo baada ya kula, akitwaa kikombe na kukushukuru, alikibariki na akawapa wafuasi wake akisema, twaeni mnywe nyote, hiki ndicho kikombe cha damu yangu, damu ya agano jipya la milele, itakayomwagika kwa ajili yenu na kwa ajili ya wengi kwa maondoleo ya dhambi. Fanyeni hivi kwa ukumbusho wangu. Fumbo la imani.
Hili ni fumbo la imani.
Kristo alikufa, Kristo alifufuka, Kristo atarudi tena. Kwa hiyo e Bwana, tunapoadhimisha ukumbusho wa mateso ya mwanao yaletayo wokovu, pamoja na ufufuko wake wa ajabu na kupaa kwake mbinguni, na tunapotazamia ujio wake wa pili, tunakutolea kwa shukurani sadaka hii iliyo hai na takatifu. Tunakuomba yaangalie matoleo ya kanisa lako, na kwa kumtambua yeye aliye kafara, ambaye ulitaka kutulizwa kwa sadaka ya kifo chake, Utujalie sisi tunaotiwa nguvu kwa mwili na damu ya mwanao na kujazwa Roho wake Mtakatifu, tupate kuwa mwili mmoja na roho moja katika Kristo.
Yeye atufanye sisi tuwe kwako sadaka timilifu na ya milele, ili tuweze kupata urithi pamoja na wateule wako, kwanza kabisa pamoja na Bikira Maria mwenye heri, mama wa Mungu, Yusufu, Mtakatifu Yusufu mume wake huyo bikira, na mitume wako wenye heri, na masaidi wako watakatifu, Mtakatifu Ana na watakatifu wote ambao tunategemea kupata daima msaada kwa maombezi yao mbele zako.
Tunakuomba Bwana, huyu aliye kafara na upatanisho wetu, alete amani na wokovu duniani kote. Upende kuimarisha katika imani na mapendo kanisa lako linalosafiri hapa duniani, pamoja na mtumishi wako Baba Mtakatifu wetu Francisco na askofu wetu Filipo, msaidizi wake Daudi, pamoja na maaskofu wote, waklero wote na watu wote unaowafanya kuwa taifa lako.
Usikilize kwa wema sala za jamaa hii iliyo hapa mbele yako. Baba uliye mtakatifu, kwa huruma yako wakusanye kwako wanao wote waliotawanyika popote duniani. Umkumbuke mtumishi wako Ann uliyemuita kwako kutoka dunia hii. Mjalie kwamba yeye ambaye alishirikishwa kifo cha mwanao kwa ubatizo, hali kadhalika ashiriki ufufuko wake, siku ambapo atawafufua wafu katika miili yao kutoka ardhini. Hapo utaufananisha mwili wa unyonge wetu na mwili wa utukufu wake. Pia wapokee kwa wema katika ufalme wako ndugu zetu marehemu na wote walioaga dunia wakiwa wamekupendeza. Nasi tunatumaini kufika katika ufalme huo, ili pamoja tushibishwe milele kwa utukufu wako. Ndipo utakapofuta kila chozi katika macho yetu, maana kwa kuona wewe Mungu wetu kama ulivyo, tutafanana nawe milele yote na tutakusifu bila mwisho.
Kwa njia ya Kristo Bwana wetu, ambaye kwa njia yake unaujalia ulimwengu mema yote. Kwa njia yake, pamoja naye na ndani yake, wewe Mungu Baba Mwenyezi, katika umoja wa Roho Mtakatifu, unapata heshima yote na utukufu milele na milele. Amina. 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 Kwa kulitia agizo la Mwokozi wetu na tukifuata mafundisho yake ya kimungu, tunathubutu kusema: Baba yetu uliye mbinguni, jina lako litukuzwe, ufalme wako ufike, utakalo lifanyike duniani kama mbinguni. Utupe leo mkate wetu wa kila siku, utusamee makosa yetu kama tunavyowasamee na sisi waliotukosea, usitutie katika kishawishi, lakini utuopoe maovuni. Bwana, tunakuomba utuopoe katika maovu yote, utujalie kuwa wema, amani maishani mwetu, kusudi kwa msaada wa huruma yako tuopolewe daima na dhambi, wala tusifadhaishwe na jambo lolote, tunapotazamia tumaini lenye heri na ujio wa Mwokozi wetu Yesu Kristo. Kwa kuwa ufalme ni wako na nguvu na Bwana Yesu Kristo, uliyewaambia mtume wako, amani na wachieni, amani yangu na wapa, usizitazame dhambi zetu ila tu imani ya kanisa lako. Upende kulijalia amani na umoja kama yalivyo mapenzi yako, unayeishi na kutawala milele na milele. Amen. Amani ya Bwana iwe daima nanyi.
Mpeane amani.
Amani yako Bwana isambae, Bwana mioyoni mwetu daima milele. Upendo wako Bwana usambae, Bwana mioyoni mwetu daima milele.
Tazama mwana-kondoo wa Mungu, tazama aondoaye dhambi za ulimwengu. Heri yao walioalikwa kwenye karamu ya mwana-kondoo. Bwana, sistahili uingie kwangu, lakini sema neno tu na roho yangu itapona.
Ukurasa wa 121, page 121, hymn number 267.
Ni wakati wa komunio takatifu. Fursa hii ni kwa Wakristo wa Katoliki ambao wamejiandaa. Fursa hii ni kwa Wakristo wa Katoliki ambao wamejiandaa.
tiga ware mwena wakwo kendo irira thucia ngoro yakwa nisigia hotire tiga wanjaragirio kanjira gatere mothe mekekaga niguo nyone wega iguru ria maundu mothe we Ngai wikaga magegania uyurite hinya na nikio ngoro yakwa iyuire gikeno nikumenya tunawe wi mundu ireri wahonirie ngoro yakwa na honi nene nuthire kendo kiega ingĩhoya njage tondũ wĩ mũheani wa indo ciothe njega na nĩkĩo ngoro yakwa ĩiyũrĩte hinya igũrũ rĩa maũndũ mothe wĩ Ngai wĩkaga magegania ũiyũrĩte hinya na nĩkĩo ngoro yakwa ĩiyũire gĩkeno nĩkũmenya ndĩ nawe wĩ mũndũ ĩrĩri.
Tuombe. Bwana Mungu, mwana wametuachia komunyo pamba katika sakramenti ya mwili wake. Kwa nguvu ya chakula hiki upende kumjalia dada yetu afike kwenye karamu ya milele ya Kristo anayeishi na kutawala milele na milele. Naomba tuketi na namwalika sasa MC aweze kutuongoza. Karibu.
Asante. Tupigie Father Eric makofi, tafadhali, makofi ya kilo. Na mapadre wote ambao wametukua hapa leo ni wangapi? 1 2 3. Ni ngapi? 12. 12. Tuwapatie makofi 12. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Very good. Tuendelee. Yeah. Patrick, Leroy, Wenda, please come. Please join us here. We want to give them the honor of the last tribute for your wife, for mom. After this, I'll also ask Albert Wenda to come and give his vote of thanks. There are so many people we need to thank, so many. Albert, just make it short, eh? And then I'll hand it over back to Father Ndwati. Then from here, we are going to go to the homestead. It's a very special announcement from my brother Ambogo, I'll announce it as we go, vile tutaenda huko. For now, over to you guys.
So we'll start with this young man, then we'll go to Mwenda, then I will give a story, then read my tribute. So this is a tribute of Leroy Kea-Njoroge. They say he's the only Kea in the Kikuyu community. My mother was a fighter. Through this battle, she was always smiling. She made friends everywhere she went. I will always love her. Her love for me was expressed through her cane. But after all those strikes, I knew she was just doing that because she loved me. When she was fighting this battle, she praised God throughout. Every time she would go to sleep, she would leave her laptop on with gospel songs. When I saw her on the hospital bed, she was still listening to the same gospel songs. I thank God for removing the pain that she had during her final moments. I love you, Mom, and you will forever be in my heart.
All protocols observed. Good morning, everyone. Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry. Mungu ni mwema na kila wakati. I'd first like to thank everyone who came here today. I'd like to thank all the departments, the CFC, PMC, and the CWA for being here today for my mother. I would also like to thank the St. John Bosco Choir, which is the choir I'm also in. But most especially, I'd like to thank our MC. Don't know if he's around. I would like to thank our MC. He usually brings a lot of happiness. He's brought a lot of happiness to our house. For the past few months, my mom was sick, and it's a true blessing to have him here as the MC. I now shall read my tribute. Where to begin? How to write a tribute to my mother? How to shed good light on the loss? To the world, you are one person, but to me, you are the world. You are an inspiring soul who came to cater to the needs of everyone who ever needed to. We didn't have much with you, but with you we had everything. You taught me to love patience, you taught me love, patience, and endurance. You taught me faith and how to pray, and you led by example. You are the most loving, compassionate, understanding, and loving person in the world. You touched my heart in so many ways. Even on dark days, you stood beside me. You always made me feel safe. I don't know how I will be able to live without you. I love you dearly, and I will be heartbroken forever. My heart bleeds for you. I will miss everything from your warm smile to your warm hugs. Truly, you don't go around grieving all the time, but the grief will always be where you are. There are no goodbyes for us, for you will always be in my heart. Yours truly, your son.
So if I read my tribute first, I'll not be able to give a story. So that song, Modoereri, was one of her favorite songs. She used to hum it, and she used to hum it, and she would, in the beginning, she would always tell me, "What does it mean? Give me the word." So it was one of her favorite songs. So I want us to there's a picture, a photo, on the back side of the front page. This page, this photo. So that photo was the first day I saw Anne. It's the first day I saw Anne. She was working for Standard Group, KTN. I was working for KTN. I did not influence her employment. So we had just launched KTN in Mombasa. So we had gone for, we used to call them what? Just to awareness, promotion for the people in Mombasa. So the guy there in shades is Fayaz Quresh. And then the lady, you can't see her face, but you can see her hair and her hands. That's the late Catherine Kasavuli. Then in between there was Matthew Buru and Christine Goku. So she had just joined KTN, and I saw her on that stage. Then it happened that while we were there having a good time, she walked towards me with a friend of hers who is here. Sereni? And I was not brave then, but I was standing with a gentleman who was very brave. I don't know whether he's here. Tony Gashukia. Maybe he's not here. But Tony was very brave. He's the one who stopped them and said hi. And from there, the story began. So she worked in Mombasa, then she was transferred to Nairobi. I know the KTN crew, Irene, you always say that I'm the one who influenced the movement from Mombasa to Nairobi. I had nothing to do with it. And so our journey began. And in 2003, Louis Mwenda came along. And when Louis was born, we were somewhere having a drink with a couple of friends. And he was given the name Noel by his uncle, Mike Ndetei. I don't know whether Ndetei is here. Oh, he's outside. Mike Ndetei gave Louis the name Noel. Then when I sent text to family, I said, unto us a child is born, and his name is Noel. That was on the 24th December. And remember, the mother didn't know that the child had been named Noel. So some friends and family went to hospital and they were congratulating her. Congratulations, baby Noel. And she was wondering, who is that Noel? When my wife was very resilient, all those words. Amazing is the picture of, that was in Mamangina, Nyali. Then she was very resilient. Our firstborn was born with a heart problem. And we kept it. She told me we should not tell people. We don't want people to get worried. So we kept it to ourselves. And when she went to visit her cousins, she would walk like a kilometer and sometimes get tired and squat. Then I remember even Auntie Nyawera would tell us, your child gets tired very fast. We didn't tell her. So after 6 years, he had a condition that is called PFO. Babies are born with a hole in the heart. Then as they grow, it closes. His did not close. So in 2009, A miracle baby had a heart operation, open heart surgery at Mata Hospital. And we were told that the operation will take 3 hours. It took 5 hours. And there's a chapel at Mata. My wife went there and prayed. After the 3rd hour, she couldn't wait. She just went, prayed, and came back and told me she has prayed and everything will be okay. And that boy there is as healthy as all of us. As healthy as all of us. Every Saturday morning, we do a 6-7 kilometer run with him. From that time on, my wife became an ambassador of Mata Heart Run. In April and May, my car was full of T-shirts, selling T-shirts. You know, the marketer she is, I would tell her, hey, that one cannot buy. And she will come and tell me, that guy has bought for his family. Eh? The marketer she is, she was very, very convincing. My wife was also very passionate about family. Very, very passionate. She remembered all birthdays. She would send messages 5 in the morning. You wake up, you find your birthday message has been sent. She remembered all anniversaries. She remembered and did. She also organized us for parties. A friend of ours called Joe called her organizer. During my graduation, she organized a party, a surprise party. When I was graduating with masters, with my brother and all my relatives. It was supposed to be a surprise. But it didn't become a surprise because my uncle, Uncle Mbio, called me and told me, where is this that I hear we are meeting? So I told him, I don't know. There is no meeting. He told me, you've not been told. So it didn't become a surprise, but it was a very good bash. My wife also loved the Lord. She loved the Lord, and I remember during COVID, in the morning we used to say the rosary. Every morning, all of us, she used to summon us. Wake up, the boys were woken up. We have to say the rosary. Everybody had his own day when to say it. There were, and in the morning, we would do that. Then in other mornings, she used to say, we are wasting a lot of time. Our boy goes to Jonathan Glogg School, and we drop him very early. So she said, instead of going to work early, why can't we pass by Don Bosco? And we started going Don Bosco, the 7:15 Mass. Anna Clara is here, and she leads that. She's one of the organizers of that Mass. We used to attend that Mass every morning. Then, no, I've written these notes here at the back, because I know I'll forget. Daily Mass. Then she joined it's called what? The Bible sharing, the Bible reading, daily Bible reading, and she challenged me. She told me, I think they had a meeting, the sisters, and they agreed, you tell your spouse to join. Tell your spouse to join. So some joined and dropped. They are now 4. So me, I don't like being put in a box. So I said, me, I'll be reading the Bible on my own time. Then she asked me, when is that? So I said, I'll be reading in the morning. Then she asked, how many chapters are you reading? Initially, I thought they were doing 5. So me, I said 5. Eh? So I said 5 or 30 minutes, whatever comes first. Let me tell you, it was a joke, but it became a reality. She would wake me up every morning. Well, it's time to read the Bible. Eh? So I applaud her for that because I am on my 3rd year reading from Genesis to Revelations. I'm doing it for the 3rd time. I applaud her for that. She really loved the Lord. Then we were made, we joined Couples for Christ in 2014 November. And I think that's the best decision we ever made. That was the end of my 40 years in the wilderness, so to speak. Eh? Remember, my wife was confirmed in 2010. I was not confirmed by 2014. I was confirmed in 2016, and the same year that Louis was confirmed. So in 2014, we joined Couples for Christ. The household was called Ahadi West. It was a huge household. We were about 14, 15 couples. So when we joined, we used to be hang-ons. Eh? You know, you are sitting at the back, people are sharing, reading the gospel, praying and worship. You are there, you're just increasing the numbers. Eh? Then the household was split. Eh? When it was split, now we became visible. Eh? Now the leader, William again, would point at you and tell us, Patrick, tell us, what is that reading telling you? William is here. What is that reading? Share that reading with us. Now you can't hide. Yeah? You're put on the spot. And William, thank you very much for, William shoved us into the deep end. Eh? He would come sometimes and sit and say, Patrick, today you are the one leading the household. Well, what leading the household means is that you lead the prayer. What we do is we have we praise and worship. We start with praise and worship. Then we go to prayer, a thanksgiving prayer and a petition prayer. Then we read the gospel for the next Sunday, and we try to interpret it in our own way. And then after that, we discuss topics. Topics will range from communication, parenting, anything that affects couples. Eh? So if you're a leader, you have to choose the songs. You have, if for example, you read the gospel and you're asking your housemates how to say how they interpret it. If they don't, it comes back to you. Then you have to get the topic and lead the household. So William sometimes would tell me, you take over. Then I didn't know. There were changes in the household. Then we became household leaders. Now we became the leaders. And I think before we became leaders, Anne, in her own marketing way, she was able to pull in four couples, I think in 1.5 years. People, some of who I never thought they would come in. But she was able to convince them to come in. So she evangelized, and we saw the growth of Couples for Christ. So when we were made leaders, I was almost giving up. But he told me, if the Lord has seen that you can lead, believe. So suddenly and so shocking at the prime of life, and most especially when it seems like an irreplaceable part of one's life is gone. The grief and pain can be unbearable. You never really know what it is like until you are there yourself. But you look to God because He is the only one who can comfort you. Death, and indeed a death so sudden and painful, makes me realize the brevity of life. It brought clearly to the fore the thin line between life and death. We often take life for granted. My wife's death has made me sit down and reflect. It has made me put things in perspective. I'm still in a state of shock. Anne was my friend, my colleague, my companion, my partner, and my wife. She was deeply religious. Though she was an Anglican when we got married, she converted to a Catholic on her own volition and studied the catechism of the church so deeply. She gave herself to Christ completely. She was involved in so many church activities and groups. And the memories we shared will never fade. Having you in my life was the best dream come true. Since you have left this world, words cannot describe the emptiness inside me. I get so lost without you, but I am sure you are with the Lord. You are with angels singing and praising the Almighty, whom you served while on earth with all your heart. You can no longer be seen by the human eye, but your soul and love that you gave so many will never die. Since you are with the angels, please, we need you as our guide and intercessor in heaven. I wish I could tell myself that you will be back someday and will be back to be with me again. I guess this is the way life goes. God's will must be accepted. I miss a million things, every detail of whom you are. I miss your mind, body, and soul. I still say I am one lucky man to have been given the gift of you. There are many things I think I should have done for you. Please forgive me for procrastinating. You taught me so much by your actions in the time we spent together. You taught me the value of family. You taught me the value of the truest of love. I know that I should not question God, obviously, because He knows and He has His reasons, but I cannot help but constantly ask myself, why did you have to die? We had a number of dreams we hoped we will realize. You served God fervently. Always God knows best. I take it you are the best of the roses in the garden, and the Almighty wants the best. I know what you will love to hear and see, and I will endeavor to always do those things. I wonder, if I had lived the way you did, if God would have taken me too. They say,
now we are about to close. I want to call on Albert. Albert is coming here to give a vote of thanks to so many people who have journeyed with us since Anne left to be with the Lord last Monday. And he together with others, have had a committee, and a lot of work has gone into preparing this final journey for our sister here. So Albert, this is your opportunity. We thank God for everything.
Thank you, MC. And we thank you for working with us since we began this journey. Good afternoon, all of you. I have been avoiding standing to talk. I realized those who were observant, you may have seen, especially Saturday when Njoroge told that story, my eyes were welling with tears, but perhaps you may not have seen, but even yesterday, at some point, because I wanted to be strong for my nephews who are seated right ahead of me. I was trying to be strong. And deep down, I feel I didn't know my sister very well. The stories I've heard, I knew she was a kind person. I knew she was a good person. But I thought I should say this. Anne is somebody who went out to transform the world and to change people. And she didn't want the people to know what she wanted to do, the work of God of transforming generations without, talking about it. And the evidence is there to see. You may not know, but in our family, Anne was the first one to get married into the Mwenda's family. And we had difficult questions to answer to her. He would ask, and it's because she believed in family. She asked me many times, Albert, what are you waiting for? What don't you have? Tukutafutie. And true to Anne, she spoke to us. And I'm sure if my brother stood here, they would tell you that Anne has spoken to them. And we thank God for Anne. She has changed our way of living and our way of thinking. And Anne, on the 4th of March, was an important occasion, and Anne was still ailing. But believe you me, she made time and she found some energy to accompany us to go to visit the parents-in-law of my youngest brother, who lived with Anne for a very long time. And I think Anne was very happy that she attended. We didn't know that she was going to pass on the same month. But she made sure and she committed that she was going to come for that ceremony to witness my brother being handed over her wife. And it's because she believed in family. She also, I didn't know that she was doing a lot with the children. I personally have been challenged. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think this has challenged me deeply. And that's why I was almost crying in the service yesterday, but I stood strong because of my nephews here. So what am I saying? I want to start by thanking God. It is all the doing of God. I know my brother talked about Mr. Kashukia. I think all that was God's doing. And I don't think any of us can explain that, because Anne has been a blessing to our family since the day she came. She's been an organizer of events. And even when we were stubborn, like some of us are stubborn, generally tuko na ile inaitwa karongathio. Anne did not use force. She only talked to us and would find us towing the line on many issues within the family. So we thank God for that. And secondly, we also want to thank God because since Anne got sick, she has never lacked. And it's not because we had a lot of money. You see, these people who are seated in this church, all these people, family and friends, They have given us their time. They have given us their money. They have given us their counsel. And we want to thank God for that. It cannot be. This lady resting here has not left any bill in the hospital. And this is all God's doing. So we are very grateful as a family of both the Mwendas and the Keas because of what we have seen. And therefore, after thanking God, I also want to thank the church. The church at Don Bosco, and also other churches like ICC who have walked with us through this journey. It is amazing. It is amazing. It cannot be as a result of any other being apart from the supreme being, and that is God. But we also thank God for sending to us people with the heart of generosity, with the heart and commitment to support one of our own. On our own, I am sure we would not have made it. So we thank friends. And I also want to thank the leadership of the church, and especially the priest here, also for gracing this occasion. I know you have stopped many other responsibilities to come and be with us. So we want to thank you, and also for leading us, even in the sermon. It really spoke to us. So we want to thank you for that. I also want to thank you for especially the leadership of Don Bosco and the various groups that have worked with us, the CWA, the Couples for Christ, the PMC, and many others, including the Catholic Men Association. We thank you for your support. You can see how this church is. Many of us were in Nairobi. This was done by the leadership of this church, and I want to thank, I think I saw Father Mukoi here. Thank you very much. I know you are on your way out, and there's a new team coming, but we want to thank you for this. It shows that you have built a community here, and we thank God for you. And I know we've interacted with you. Even when our father was ailing, you have supported this family, you have walked with us, and may God richly bless you and increase for you. And even for the church leadership, that is the priests that are coming in, we want to thank you for supporting us. I'm saying that because this church was cleaned and set up with the support of the community here. The community here have come in, they have taken their time and come to support us in many ways. In many ways. We cannot repay you back, but we pray that God will bless you abundantly for your support. There are many other supports that we have got. Suppliers we've been given. Some of these services that you're seeing here have been donated to us. And that's why I'm saying God has sent to us friends and family members who are generous, and we forever be grateful to you. And I'm sure even Anne, wherever she is, if she could see what is happening here, I am sure she would know that she was loved and she is still loved. As I wind up, if I have not thanked you, please forgive me. But I also want to thank the committee. There was a committee here in Gorongo that was arranging for this. We thank you for, again, sharing with us your resources and your time. There was also a committee in Nairobi, and we also want to thank you for your support.
I didn't see you. At least wave to the Christians. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I want to appreciate our catechist, the catechist from this parish. Thank you for organizing everything for us. And we have deacons from Jesuits. From Jesuit, I ask you to come say your name. At least since you are here with us, just come and say your name, and then you sit.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Ninaitwa Sami Wafula, ni mjesuiti, ninasoma chuo Hekima Nairobi. Poleni sana.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Jina ni Boniface Kimatu, mjesuiti pia katika bado nasoma Hekima University College, Ngong Road.
Mungu ni mwema na kila wakati. Kwa majina naitwa Jean-Paul Kamba, mjesuiti pia najisoma teolojia. Natoka Kongo Kinshasa.
Thank you, our deacons. And without following any order, I want to start from that end, the priest, the priest. Your name, a word of condolences, and then we continue.
God is good, and all the times. My name is Father Silveria Salwado. I'm a priest of the Archdiocese of Nairobi, currently working at All Saints Parish, Riara, Kiambu Dinari. Before I went to that dinari, I was working at Our Lady of Rosary, Ridgeways. I was the PMC chaplain, and we have heard that Anne was also an animator. I would like to say sorry to the family. May God give you peace and courage.
I'm Father Felicia.
I'm Father George TJ, Salvation of Don Bosco, also the patron for the CWA group at Don Bosco Upper Hill. Sincere condolences to Patrick and the family and all of us who miss Anne. I just want to re-echo the last few words of Patrick. When I say that Anne really lived her life to the full, a real purposeful life. Let's say 47 years. And in that 47 years, she did all that God wanted her to do for herself and for others. And sometimes the question is, yes, we want to live long. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, even 100. Yes. How purposeful is our life? May it be, may Anne's life be an encouragement to us. Not that we want to go early, but let it make us to live our life to the full. Thank you.
Go forth, the Mass is ended. Na sasa tumpeleke huyu dada yetu Ana Kahaso makaburini. Tutatumaini kuwa siku moja tutakutana naye katika uzima mpya.
Ambao watakao tusaidia kubeba jeneza.
Neno nyuma yangu kwa sawa. Associated spiritually. Unajua the flower is not a spirit. Zile ni vitu zilikuwa na life. Hayo nayo na life. Enda uulize tu. Umeshikana. Umeshikana. Usikaona na hiyo. Endelea kuniweka online na kazi yangu. Kama nani kamera hivi? Fanya aje? Pause kwanza. Gereza ikianza kukaa